How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to share my thoughts real quick on the new Lamborghini Aventador SVJ setting a new production car lap record on the Nurburgring. So first off, one of the only stats that has been confirmed about the SVJ is that the power to weight ratio is 4.37 pounds per horsepower. Now, based on that power to weight ratio, if I had to guess, I'd probably bet that this Aventador weighs around 3,700 pounds and has about 800 to 850 horsepower. So if I'm being honest, at first glance when I saw this news, I thought, how in the world did this big Aventador beat the GT2 RS? But then when I thought about it, it probably weighs as much as a Camaro ZL1 1LE, which is a pretty top tier track car as it is. Those two cars are probably around the same weight and tire setup, but then, the Aventador is a more aerodynamic chassis, and then also add 200 horsepower and Lamborghini's active aerodynamics into the mix, and then it actually kind of starts to make sense that you could potentially have a record setter on your hands, especially if you get the right driver to take it around the ring. This is a great accomplishment for Lamborghini, but what I want to say is just because this car now holds the record for the Nürburgring does not mean it's the greatest car ever made. Now, I bet it's absolutely amazing on the track and probably feels right at home out there, but the issue I've always had with the Aventador is its size. It's just way too big to be a fun street car. It is super wide, and you can barely see out of that car, and that's coming from a Camaro owner. If I owned one, I would always just be worried about hitting something in that car. And not to mention, they are still using that old single clutch transmission, so the response of the paddles is still probably going to be very slow at the lower RPMs, especially when compared to the Huracan's dual clutch. Now, I do think this was a smart move for Lamborghini to build this car and set this record. This bragging right is absolutely going to sell these cars, but in my eyes, the Huracan Performante is still the ultimate all-around Lamborghini that's small enough to have fun with on the street and still rip it up on the track. And if you really want that extra power and you have the cash, you can easily throw a supercharger on the Huracan and make anywhere from 800 to 900 horsepower, and they've seemed to be pretty reliable for the most part. Well, I think that's about everything I have to say about that in this video. If you guys like car reviews and race videos, be sure to browse the channel and subscribe, and with that, I'll talk to you guys next time. See ya.
Did you ever give a damn in the first place? Maybe it's time you know the tables turn, and in the interest of all involved, I got the problem solved, and the verdict is guilty. Man in the kill me, stepping way in the tread, stop, drop, and roll. You were dead from the get-go, you big mouth fucker, stupid cocksucker. Are you scared of me?